And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more I Wanna Stop the Meltdown. Hopefully we'll be able to stop it today, that will be nice, but it's hard to tell what's gonna happen, so let me just get into it. Yeah, unfortunately yesterday I stopped on this checkpoint, which is a very annoying checkpoint to say the least. But hey, maybe now that I'm more rested, it's not gonna be that bad. I mean, the issue with this checkpoint is that it requires very, you know, like very small taps. I'm not good at small tapping. And the problem is that it's also many small taps in a row, so it kinda makes you want to do them faster, right? But that's not a good idea. So you are kind of in this dilemma on how to do them. If you take a long time between each jump, you're gonna take a very long time to get through this checkpoint. If you do it fast, there is always like your finger is always gonna try to press more than it should. But basically, I think that this checkpoint perfectly illustrates probably my worst weakness in terms of needle, which is small taps. I just cannot do it. I've also been told to full jump that diagonal jump, which might not be a bad idea. As you can see, it works. It's just that, yeah, I guess I could do it. Don't see why not. I mean, the result is the same. And since it's a full jump, you don't need to worry about pressing more or pressing less. You just press. You have to worry about moving, but yeah. I still think that this checkpoint is ridiculous though. Like, I think it's way harder, not just than any other checkpoint in this screen, but way harder than anything that I played in the game yet, which makes sense. Especially if this is supposed to be the final stage, which I don't know if it is, but I mean, I hope it is, but it might not be. But yeah, hard to tell. But yeah, if you ask me, I would like this to be the very final sorry, yeah, it would be nice to be the last checkpoint, but no, I mean the last stage in the game. Just cannot do it, dude. Yeah, and that's also, like, I already reached that last jump and I died to it just the same. In fact, I don't even know how to do that last jump. I think it's supposed to be a small jump into a full jump. Because if you do a full jump at the beginning, even if you spam on the top, you're not gonna make it to the other side. And that's exactly what I think I did the 2 times that I got there. Is the reason why I didn't get past it. Doesn't help that the game kinda gives you the illusion that this jump and this jump are the same, but they are not. This one you can do the first jump a lot stronger, but not the same. Not on the last one. The last one, pretty sure the first jump has to be small. But yeah, that goes back to the problem that I'm not good at doing very small jumps. And then this shit is just evil. Like, this shit is just so stupidly evil. It's this checkpoint. I think this checkpoint is, no pun intended, a very mean difficulty spike. But hey, again, it makes sense. If this is the last stage in the game, it will make sense that they go all out here. But yeah, unfortunately this is just way too hard. It's just one of those things that it's, to me, way too hard to find it enjoyable. Just the reason why I always hesitate to play this type of games, but... Because every other checkpoint has been challenging, but I was able to get it in a reasonable amount of time, but not this one. This one I just cannot get it in a reasonable amount of time. Like, I'm pretty sure that I'm already half an hour into this checkpoint. And that's obviously not reasonable at all. But yeah, that's my problem. It's a very, very hard checkpoint. And there's not really much you can do about it, because I don't think the checkpoint itself is badly done, in the sense that I wouldn't put another save in the middle of this, obviously. And I feel like nerfing the champs... I mean, I will need to know what comes after this. Depending on what comes after this, I guess it will make more sense. Maybe what comes after this is even more fucked up than this. Damn, man, I died to the mini spike. I think that's a first. Also, how is it going, Kyle? Just here, still stuck on this checkpoint. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. I guess nothing out of the ordinary. Just the usual. I wonder how long this checkpoint is gonna take me to beat it. Probably a very long time, judging by how it's going. Very, very long. An insanely long time, to say the least. But yeah, it was bound to happen sooner or later. It's like what I said with Ocean Princess. Got to one of the stages and it's when shit started getting real, and this screen is where shit starts to get real for this game, unfortunately. Oh, god damn it, dude. Like, it's actually an exhausting champ, but I think that that's because short champs are exhausting in itself, because it feels like the repeated use of short champs makes me more tired than if they weren't short champs. They just make me more tired. And like, that's it. This is because they probably require more focus or something. So it's a lot more exhausting for the brain than if it was like a half champ or a full champ. It's whatever. And the worst part is that it's not even something that I can say, like, this champ is the problem. Like I need to figure out how to do this champ or whatever. No, this is just pure skill issue and nothing else. It's not that there's something that I need to figure out. No, it's simple skill issue, and that's the end of that. Like, I'm just not good enough to do these champs in a reasonable time. I mean, yeah, eventually I will get it, obviously, but yeah. Not reasonably to get it in half an hour or more. It will probably, it wouldn't surprise me if I take an hour to get this shit. Obviously an hour also counting yesterday's stream. It will be ridiculous, but I don't think it's... I think it's realistic. That last jump is gonna be a problem. I don't get how to do it, because it seems that if you do it too short, you're gonna land exactly on the big spike. But if you jump before the big spike, it feels like you're just not gonna make it to the other side. I feel maybe that last jump is gonna be a lot harder than I gave it credit for. So that's only the third time I did it. It's not like I've been failing that jump 100 times. That's only the third time I attempted. I mean, if I need to attempt it a lot more, then I will need to think of something, but only the third time I do it, which is pretty sad in itself. But yeah. Oh, also, I check out that page that you told me, Kyle, about AI. It seems like it's still not there yet. Like these services that allow you to do AI shit, it's not there yet. Like if the sites don't allow you to update a model, I feel like it's completely worthless. I mean, sure, you can do it for free and easily, but you will expect that at this point in time, being able to import model into an AI, into an text-to-image AI will be something standard, and it isn't. So yeah, I personally think that they need to step it up. If they don't step it up, stable diffusion is still the way to go. But yeah. I mean, not like I've been doing anything in a while in terms of AI, so... Not sure what people use nowadays, but... Pretty sure if you want for more accurate stuff, you need to go for stable diffusion and basically use a specific model. No, not the Bible bot. No, they need to step it out, that's it. If they want to have a service like that, and even more, a paid service, like, they need to step it up. It's like, when you start offering the same thing that stable diffusion offers, that's when you're gonna get my interest. Otherwise, yeah. Well, I will say I will stick to stable diffusion, but Google virtual machines got a little bit pissy about it. So I cannot really do it. And I also cannot use my video card to do it either. Well, I probably could, but even if I could, I don't want to waste my own video card into doing something like that. It doesn't seem like a good idea. Oh yeah. At the same time, it's understandable that these services still haven't stepped it up, because that sort of image generation requires a lot of processing power. Like, you really need to be quite wealthy to be able to do this. And obviously, if you're gonna offer that to thousands of people, yeah. When you need at least an RTX series, Well, it's been a while since I checked, but there were fixes for AMD. It's just I don't know how good they are, but there have been people that were able to generate images with AMD. That being said, I don't know if you need the Vega series or earlier is also possible. I don't know. But the point is that it still has the same issue that if you were using an RTX series. It uses the GPU a lot. And obviously you're gonna say, well, the GPU is there to use it. And yes, it is the case. But, I mean, in my case that I use the video card for video games, wouldn't want to waste it on image generation. For someone that doesn't give a shit about video games, it's great because you just have your video card being an image generator and nothing else. But yeah, for someone that cares about video games, doesn't seem like a good idea. You will probably want to have two video cards, one that you use for video games and the other one that you use for image generation. You probably don't want to use the same one for both. And most likely you will want the one that generates, well, unless you're a millionaire. But the one that generates images, you probably wouldn't want it to be that good, because it's gonna get used up very quickly. Are you scared of imploding? I mean, it's not about... like, the strain that this thing generates on the video card is insane. It doesn't matter which video card. Like, any video card gets a lot of strain from image generating. Like, imagine that you're doing a stress testing your video card. That's image generating, essentially. So imagine you're stress testing your video card every time you generate an image. That's the issue. So it's not that I'm afraid that generating one image is gonna make my card stop working. It's just that, like, if I generate images daily, my card is probably gonna stop functioning properly in a year or less. You know? So I wouldn't say that's something worth it at all. Especially when you can use other services. But as I say, the problem is that lately Google is being a little bit stingy with the Google Collab thingy, which makes sense, especially if you don't pay. And on the other hand, you have these services that well, you have used that don't offer the same variety and possibilities that Stable Diffusion offers. So that's the issue. At the time, I feel like, yeah, needs to have something that is like a middle compromise, right? But yeah, with something that is so expensive, it's very hard to do so. It's not a joke how expensive it is. So how do I do this jump? Okay, that. Well, that checkpoint took pretty much like 40 minutes to beat. Pretty cool, right? Amazing. But you might think that, well, it's over. Shouldn't you be happy? Well, I'm not happy because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be another checkpoint that will take the exact same, if not more. Not to mention that even if there is not another checkpoint that will take the same, if not more, Already wasting 40 minutes on a single checkpoint is no matter of celebration. It's a matter of salt, you know? Like, that's the thing. Well, obviously on a checkpoint that is not a boss. If it was a boss, it will be a different story. A regular checkpoint that is not even as like a whole screen and it's just a very small portion of a screen, taking that long is extremely sad. Well, more than sad, it's just annoying. That's it. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, don't be surprised if another checkpoint takes that long. In fact, I will say that I predict that today I don't even get to the boss of this area. Like, I will probably by the end of the stream will still be struggling on the stage portion. Okay, this is align specific, but I do have the align. Oh, that's interesting. So that champ on the next checkpoint, it even has an arrow pointing exactly where you need to double jump. Because it's such a fucked up jump. I can guarantee you that even knowing that, that's an extremely fucked up jump. Well, could be worse. I don't know how worse it could be, but... it's fine, don't worry about it. Though this champ already... Oh, see, this is the problem. Seems that most of the champs here will require very small tapping, because this champ, the idea is that you double jump here and your character will be around this part, right? That's something that is impossible to do if you don't do like the smallest jump possible. Oh yeah, it's just one of those. But yeah, make no mistake, in any checkpoint that you see those sort of jumps that are basically like small taps, it will take me a long time, and that's it. Just the way it is. But hey, that's fine. Now, you know that tomorrow is apparently when the second Miku collab comes to Muse Dash. So I have a feeling that if I haven't beat this game today, which most likely feels like it won't happen, I don't think I'm gonna play it tomorrow. Like, I think that tomorrow I just wanna play Muse Dash and that's it. I will worry about beating this some other time. Yeah, like, I want to I want to play Muse Dash, you know? That's the thing. That is the thing. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, at the same time, it's not like the collab will take that long in the first place. Collabs in Muse Dash are 7 songs. Oh yeah. I like, with that it means that I could play this game and after I'm done with it, play Muse Dash, but that will also imply that I can beat this game tomorrow, and that's something I don't know, simply because I don't know how much of the game is left. Okay, well, at least I was able to do that shitty ass jump. Now I need to do this. So the idea of this is that you jump into that, and then the next jump you pray to God. That's what you're supposed to do. And it's not a full jump, it's a very precise jump. Like, it's neither too small nor too big. And the worst part is that the checkpoint keeps going, and that jump that is at the other side, that gate jump, is not easy. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea, but hey, that's fine. I see a jump like this one here. This is a jump that I would put it as the only jump in a checkpoint. The jump just seems so unbelievably hard that it really needs to be a sole jump in a checkpoint. Hey Blue, how is it going? No luck beating the last AK event, the last level was too bullshit. It happens. If you don't want bullshit events, you should play Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact events are extremely easy compared to any of the rest of the content. Well, basically any content in Genshin Impact is a joke except for the Abyss in terms of difficulty. Oh yeah. You want that? We have it in Genshin. You know? But yeah. As you wish. As you wish. God damn it. It's gonna be some fucked up shit. But yeah, I think that it's a good idea that if I haven't beat this game today, that tomorrow I should play Muse Dash and that's it. Muse Dash is always a good idea. So yeah. I personally like the idea. Okay, so you can do that on a single jump. And you can even help yourself on the other side by double jumping into it. And then after that, and then this checkpoint really sucks. This checkpoint sucks. Well, I will have to be there. The other two checkpoints don't look as bad as this one. Maybe they are, but it's hard to tell until I'm there. In any case, are you still busy, Blue? Or hopefully you didn't get that much work today. It was even worse today? Well, damn. Well, hopefully the workload can slow down. Just kidding. I don't know. Still busy, okay. It is what it is. Sometimes shop can be very annoying indeed. But it is the way it is. At the same time, how does the workload work in your company? Because in my company, well, it's obviously unpredictable what the client is gonna want or not. But in my company, basically, if you do everything that the client wants with priority, I guess, you can basically slack off a lot. And that's mostly because nobody really cares that much what you're doing, except if something needs to be made for a relatively close time frame. So how is it over there? Like, once you are done with something, do you immediately get assigned another work or what? Another work, I mean, another thing to do. Because here it's pretty easy, as long as you do what's necessary at the moment. You can just pretend you're doing something else. Well, you don't really need to pretend. If there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do. I guess it depends on how much you insist on the fact that you don't have anything to do, you know? But yeah. We got a huge backlog they should pick from if I finish all my work from the sprint early. Right, but the question is, how much do they monitor what you do? Because I will assume that things that are in the backlog aren't really that important. So with something like that, something that you could do is, if you finish something that is priority, you can just pretend you are doing something that is part of the backlog instead of needing another thing from the backlog. Or rather, look at it this way: you can take longer to do something that is on the backlog and just hurry on the things that are priority. So that way you are always busy with something, but since it's something on the backlog that is not important, nobody's gonna give a shit. But that's the thing. That's how it works here. I don't know if it's how it works there, because I don't know how much monitor you are compared to me. You know? That's something you could do. If you finish a priority thing, just take all the time you want in one thing that is part of the backlog. I mean, obviously this is gonna be a ridiculous example, but I don't know. If one of the tasks of the backlog is creating a red button that makes a flash appear on the screen, you can perhaps take one day to put the button block, then another day to paint it red, and then another day to develop the flash. and then the last day you use it to make the flash appear when you press the button. That's my recommendation. This is something that you can do here and nobody gives a shit. Because that's the thing, nobody gives a shit if it's not something that the client cares now. Like if the client at some point said, hey, you know, we would like to optimize the load of this page. So can you check that out? It's not important though. Like, could you check that at some point? So when you finish with all the shit that the client wants now, you do that and you basically take all the time in the world to do it because the client doesn't care, your leader doesn't care, and more importantly, you don't care either. So since nobody gives a shit, you can just take as long as you want on doing that. And technically you are busy, except that you are not. Well, I guess technically you are, it's just that you are not really busy working, but technically in the eyes of others you are busy working. Unless that's the thing, they monitor you 24/7 and you cannot do anything that is not working. But yeah, I will doubt that that's the case. Mostly because that's immoral. Like, unless you are Chinese, I guess, like basically spying someone on the work is not something that, well, for what I know, it's not something moral. I don't even know if it's legal in the first place. So yeah. But yeah, that's how you gotta do it, dude. Because that's the thing. There is always something to do in this type of companies, and especially in web development. There is always something to do. Even if it's something stupid that nobody gives a shit about, there will be one thing. Like, there is no joke. There has been things that my company, well, my company, no, the company that the client company, like basically they ask for us to do in 2019, which is 5 years ago, and it still hasn't been done. But it still hasn't been done because nobody cares. See, Yami is your enemy. Yami is the kind of person that you have to never give them the time of the day. Yami will give you work just to keep you busy, not because it's something that is productive. Yami will just keep you busy because he enjoys seeing you busy. So yeah, you don't have to give those people the time of the day. Pretend you are busy, and they can't do anything about that. Unless, again, they are constantly monitoring you. So yeah. Never have people like Yami, never hold them in high regard, because they don't do the same thing for you. Never. Doesn't matter how good of a worker you are, they will never hold you in high regard. So don't hold them in high regard. They don't deserve it. Take a dump on company time. Well, I'm not sure in what shitty ass companies you work for, but this is something that is normal here. Well, back when I went to the office, like, everyone used the bathroom whenever they needed. What the fuck kind of stupid shit is that? Of course you can use the bathroom whenever you want. Why, you prefer me to shit on the desk? Like, well, sure. If you like that, but I'm not gonna be the one doing it. But yeah, what kind of shit is that? Getting into leadership? I mean, you don't need to be... well, depending on where you work, depending on how much competition you have. But here, I don't want the leadership simply because I don't want what it entails. I feel like I will want to put a shotgun in my mouth simply for listening to what the client has to say. I mean, things like that story that I told you the other day about that client saying that they couldn't open a zip. Like, that's a small taste of what you can hear these people say. So yeah, no thank you. Want to be a web dev forever? I mean, I would rather not work at all, but you need to earn your money somehow, you know? It's not about what I want to do. What I want to do is nothing. Just do my own thing all day, but that's not something you can do. Well, unless you're a millionaire, I guess. Oh yeah. It's not... Wow, what? Nice balance. Nice balance. You come from a checkpoint like the one on the bottom and then you do a checkpoint like that. Very well balanced, I gotta say. I can't believe it. I was thinking that maybe the difficulty was getting progressively harder, but no. It seems that it's one of those cases where the creator doesn't do the best job at trying to make the checkpoints progressively harder. Well, it's whatever. That's a hard thing to do. It's something that you can say that, damn, how careless of them, but no. Testing this stuff and more importantly, taking into account how different people could react to it is very hard to do. Well, if you are doing it on your own, obviously, if you have a team of beta testers, they should be the ones doing that. But this is a fun game, you know. Yeah, I don't care what you do with your life, Yami. You can say all you want. I don't care. You can keep your leadership. I won't become a leader. Ever. I don't want to lead anything. Well, other than my own life. But definitely not a fucking dev team. That's for sure. Because it seems like here you're implying that I cannot become a leader. I definitely can. I just don't want to. In fact, I'm pretty sure that on the 2-year mark of me working, maybe even less, I got offered the idea of being the one that had other people at my disposal. So basically a leader. And I said no, I don't want to. And that was 4 years ago. Not about being able to, it's about not wanting to. I just don't want to, that's it. If you enjoy it, that's great. I don't. Yami's advice? I mean, maybe it works different there. Gotta understand that work culture in the United States / Canada is way different than here. It's not the same thing at all. Well, already starting by the fact that, you know, it's a lot more the workplace is a lot more serious over there. You remember a few months ago when I had a weekend work to do thanks to a coworker? Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. They got laid off yesterday. Well, took them a long time, it feels. Seems that it took them longer than they should. I mean, it makes sense. If it's something important and you cannot deliver, and even worse, you make someone else have to stay overtime. Yeah. That means all of their work got placed into me. Well, yeah, that's the bad part. But the point is that that's what I mean. These people will never hold you in high regard. Like, the thing about being able to scale positions is not something that really depends on performance. It depends, well, unless you are like that person that got laid off. But if you just do the bare minimum you are expected to do, eventually with time you will get there. Just with time, because they need time to know how trusty you are, how much they can trust you. It's not about how good you work, it's just about how trustful you are. Now you could say, well, how much they trust you will depend on how good you do your work, but it's not really about that. It's just about, you know, doing what you are asked. All this to say, coming soon when I reach a year at the company, the raise I will ask for. You know that it's pretty funny to think about asking for raises. We'll be buying 50 clips with that money. No, but it's funny because asking for raises. Here basically we have a raise every 4 months, regardless of how shit we work or not. But that's because the inflation is that bad. So that raise in reality is just an inflation adjustment, and you end up getting paid less, by the way. So yeah, remember when you told me that I'm underpaid? Yeah, I am underpaid, but I'm underpaid simply for being paid in this shitty ass currency. And that's also another reason why, you know, I don't even care about giving my 100%. Seems completely worthless. But yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't matter though. It's just the way it is. But yeah. And with that sort of stuff, it's also hard to tell, like, assuming you ask for a rise, aside from inflation, how much of that rise is actually something that is not part of the inflation thing. Yeah, pretty nice, I gotta say. Dead end shop. It's not dead end, because if you want to get another shop, you can get another shop. A dead end shop is something that basically doesn't allow you for any opportunity to get a better one. Like, if you're in a shop that you know if you quit you're not gonna get another shop at any other place, that's a dead end shop. Programming is definitely not that. if I really cared of getting a better job, I could quit and look for it. And even if it might take some time, I will eventually get another job. So yeah, it's not dead end. But yeah, it all depends on how much you care about changing job. I don't really. I don't. Too much of a hassle. But yeah, no thank you. Why did I reset? Wait, that's the thing. Well, and also keep in mind that, I mean, having a job here, a legal one at that, has a lot of things covered. Like, for example, the pension, the health system, stuff like that. So those benefits are still something that if, for example, I work for a foreign company, I wouldn't have. Well, I will have to pay them myself. I mean, at that point, it will be almost the same. You know? Can attest to the work culture here being do the least while not getting fired. Yeah. Yeah, as I say, it's pretty hard to be motivated to work when your pay is also on a currency that is worth shit, you know? That also doesn't help the motivation. Well, and also the fact that even if it was a currency that was worth shit, most of the times, regardless of how well you work, you're still gonna be paid the same. So yeah, it's just the way it is. What can you do? But it's not just a South American thing, really. Like, I have a friend that lives in Thailand that says that the work culture is pretty much the same. But it's not a South American only thing. It's something that happens in every non-civilized country, essentially. So yeah, which is to be expected, obviously. But yeah. Well, I know that calling the USA a civilized country is a little bit of a stretch, but the places that want to be civilized at least are civilized. Someone killed our previous president today. I think I read that, but wasn't that his helicopter just crashed? Wasn't it an accident? Or is it already proof that it was an assassination? Because I'm pretty sure I read that he just had the helicopter crash. That doesn't mean that someone crashed it on purpose, you know? I mean, kinda like what happened with Kobe Bryant, right? Had an unfortunate helicopter accident. doesn't mean that someone strike the helicopter down. It just happened. I don't know about this case. I just read a headline that said that that Piñera died on a helicopter crash. It didn't say anything about an assassination. I don't know. For what I know, well, I mean, when it comes to politicians, I think that being hated is just a way of life. I think that a lot of people really hated that guy, right? Mr. Piñera. I think that they really didn't like him. Or at least that's the impression that I get from here. People here also don't like him. Not like it matters what people here think about a foreign president, but yeah, he wasn't precisely well liked. I don't think that's enough to suspect he was assassinated, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I know that here someone a year ago tried to assassinate our vice president, and it got caught on camera. Some people say that it's very fishy because it seemed like it was staged, but it's impossible to know. I'm no expert, but a crash in a lake with 4 other people, while 2 at least having years of experience on helicopters. I mean, helicopters are garbage, dude. Like, that's the thing. I think that multimillionaire people at some point don't realize that what they do is stupid. As I said, it happened with Kobe Bryant. The guy was a multimillionaire, one of the best basketball players, and he just died in a helicopter crash. And I don't think that's a person that someone will want dead. So yeah. I just think that this is a case of these transport methods being trash. You know, anytime that you go fly on the skies, you have a risk of the flight crashing. Obviously, you can say that about literally anything, but I'm pretty sure that, well, maybe with the exception of boats, I think that flights, regardless of if it's helicopter or plane, are probably the most dangerous methods of transportation. I mean, car is also quite dangerous on its own, but the thing about car is that you have a shit ton of people doing it. So eventually, Tim, that was great. Eventually, with so many people driving on cars, it's bound to happen that you're gonna have accidents. But with helicopters and planes, you don't have that excuse. I mean, I guess sometimes one plane could crash with another, but for the most part, those accidents happens because of technical difficulties. So yeah. Yeah, boat is more dangerous. But the thing is that aside from that, flying is definitely way more dangerous than anything you could have on land. You know, that's what I say about the cars. With cars, there are a lot of people driving every day in a confined space, and a lot of them are not experienced. Experienced in the sense that they just drive because they have to, not because they studied the art of driving. With a helicopter or with planes, you don't have that. Well, or at least you want to believe that everyone that pilots one of those is a highly trained professional, and you're in the middle of nowhere most of the times. So if even with that on your favor you still have the crash rate that you have, then yes, it is dangerous. Yeah, the thing with boats is that a lot of things can go wrong, and yes, if you're in the middle of the ocean, say goodbye, essentially. But yeah. Yeah, the car art. But yeah, basically it's that. I wouldn't be trusting conspiracies on something like that. Well, I know that I say that while I say that the vice president assassination attempt could have been staged. But the point is that I don't think it makes sense to think that it could be fake, simply because you will never know, ever. You will never know. There is no chance you will know the truth behind something like that. You are just a normal person like I am. We will never know the truth on things like that. So yeah, my advice is... Well, my advice is not to blindly trust anything, but my advice is to not really think much about it. Like, the event was that someone died. So whether he was assassinated or not shouldn't be important in a situation like that. Obviously, if you tell me that he got shot in the head and then the media is saying, oh, it was a lost bullet, nobody meant to fire at him. Well, yeah, in that case, I could understand being more alert. But a helicopter crash can happen to anyone, dude. It's just the way it is. Those type of accidents, doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how important you are, it can just happen to you and that's it. Like, money doesn't make you invincible. And a lot of millionaires think it does, but no, it doesn't. Homie caught a stray, indeed. But you know, just because you're a famous multimillionaire doesn't make you immune. Like, if tomorrow, I don't know, Elon Musk, well, I'm not gonna say anything because if it happens, I will be a suspect. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, like, if someone happened to another multimillionaire tomorrow, like, it just happens the same way it could happen to me. Accidents happen, and just because you have money doesn't mean that you are immune to them. You're just a normal person. It's just that you're a person that a lot of people care what happens to you. If I die in an accident, nobody cares, obviously. Well, aside from my family and stuff, but like, the thing is that people die in accidents all the time. Just that you don't really hear that much of it because they are not important internationally. But obviously, if an ex-president dies, you're gonna hear it. I don't think it has any more importance than if I die there. You were always a suspect, of course. You will be very sad. Don't worry about it. If there's anyone that is very easily replaceable are streamers. You just need to take your time looking for them. It's kinda like Steam sales. There are a lot of games that go on sale and you never know simply because Steam doesn't promote them as much as the top sellers. As long as you look around, you will quickly see them. With streamers, it's the same thing. I'm very easily replaceable. You just need to know how to look. You know, if Bezos died when he took a trip, I don't know what that means. I don't know if I want to know. I think I'd rather not. But yeah. Underwear? I mean, I wouldn't say it like that, but the point is that, yeah, if there's anything that is not in high demand are streamers. Streamers appear when you lift a rock, you see a streamer. When you turn around, you see a streamer. There are streamers everywhere. So the point is that, yeah, you shouldn't be sad. Just look for another one. I'm sure there is one people, yeah, very nice English. One person that does the exact same thing I do. That doesn't necessarily mean playing the games I play, but the way I stream, which is nothing out of the ordinary and requires almost no effort. Well, it requires no effort. Pretty sure multiple people fit that criteria. I mean, most people here don't give a shit about the games I play. So, about the games, that wouldn't be a problem. You would just want someone that does what I do. And that's something that... There are thousands. A lot. It has aerospace company that creates rockets modeled after penises. Huh. Well, I mean, when you're a millionaire, you can allow yourself to do something like that. So, yeah. The benefits of being an absolute multimillionaire, indeed. It works pretty well. But yeah. But yeah, it could happen to Bezos too. He's probably one of the most wealthy people in the planet, so if it can happen to him, it can happen to anyone. Oof. Oh, wait, it's the same champ, isn't it? So why does it look harder from this side? It's the exact same champ that I did from the other side, but for some reason here it looks harder. Oh, because it's not the exact same champ I did. So the champ I do it from that other platform. But if anything, shouldn't it be easier? I feel like it should be easier from the right. If you can do it from here, because the logic is that you double jump at the same height level as the spike pointing upwards. So that's not hard to do. Well, it's not easy, because landing without hitting the spike that is on ground level is hard. But like, it's not hard to know what the strategy is. Yeah, I guess actually doing it consistently will be the hard part. In fact, this is probably the hardest jump in the whole checkpoint. And the fact that you have to do it twice is a problem. But I will say that's definitely the hardest jump here, for sure. So, I wonder, I mean, I'm probably just hoping. But like, it feels like this is the last screen of the stage just because of the way it's presented. Like, you have a hallway in the center with doors that you can open. It really feels that it will be the last one, but yeah, that's just wishful thinking. It's nothing more than that. The chances of this being the actual last screen are, I will say, relatively slim, mostly because there weren't that many screens yet compared to other stages. I feel like that jump was perfect, but according to the game it wasn't. Yeah, just because of that jump I can tell you that we might get stuck on this checkpoint for quite a while. Now I need to do it again. Well, not to mention not fail the other jumps. But yeah. It's okay. I don't know. Well, going back at the topic of the work, it's not that I don't think of, I sometimes do entertain the idea of what if I work in another company, but I feel like, I don't know, it will be a risk. I don't like taking risks. The risk will be that I need to put more effort than the one I'm currently working on. And that will be too much. Okay. Oh, I got it, nice. Because I already have an example. The example being my sister. She works very, very hard. She doesn't do the same thing I do. She's an she's kind of like a group leader, but not a technical one. She's more close to human resources than she is to the technical aspect, though she does talk with the client. But yeah, she's a team leader in also a software company, and the way she works is insane. If I had that workload, I probably would have already bought the farm. But yeah, I wouldn't want that to be the case. If I didn't have the example and I'm just making up scenarios in my mind, it will be a different story. I do have an example, and a very close one at that. So I don't want that type of workload, regardless of the pay. Wait. Why did that last door open? I mean, the first one. Why did that one open? I have a bad feeling about that. Ah, that's a shame. That jump wasn't hard to do at all. I don't know what Karoshi is, but the point is that, yeah, she works a lot. And that's because she pretty much works for an American company. That's also another reason why working for a foreign company, to me, it's a bad idea. Because I don't think I can get away with the shit I get away here. So yeah, I wouldn't like that. Nice. Well, yeah. As it was to be expected, that wasn't the final room. Dead by overwork? Well, I certainly hope not. Wow, really? But yeah, I wouldn't want a work environment like that one. Not at all. You want me to do that jump? See, obviously I cannot go to the left. Okay, well, at least it's 2 double jumps there, so it's not a problem. The chat just appeared. I didn't see your amazing messages. I don't think anything out of the ordinary got said. You know, but yeah. I mean, we were just, well, I guess you were hearing what I was saying, but the point is that, yeah, working is a bitch and whatever, the usual. But yeah, that is to be expected. It's just the way it is. Bezos' dick rocket malfunctioning? Well, I don't know. I mean, rockets malfunctioning is also something that is pretty possible. We were talking about planes and helicopters not being very safe. Yeah, it's even worse when it comes to rockets, you know. How the fuck do I do this jump? What? I have no idea how to do this jump. I guess it's something like that, but instead of dying you double jump. But then that looks so fucking hard, dude. I will probably have to practice it here. I mean, it doesn't make sense to do the whole checkpoint just to die here. Okay, yeah, it is something like that. You jump right below the top spike and then you double jump, but it's very precise. Very, very precise. And it's the second to last jump in the checkpoint, so yeah. Good luck with that. I wish you good luck. I don't think it makes much sense to... Well, now that I at least did it once, I guess it's just... Because it's not something that I will be able to get consistently. So now that at least I got it once and I know that it's possible, I just need to pray that when I get there again I can do it, and that's it. That ring song is pretty good. Wait, what ring song? Oh, taking off my... Okay, yeah, that one. The press will be very hard. You never know. I mean, he could pay the press to not talk about it. Right? He could just do that. Pretty sure a lot of millionaires do that anyways. If they want something to not be told about, they just do. And since they are millionaires, it's not a big hit anyways. It's just champ change. Yeah, that champ is gonna be very fucked up, dude. Unfortunately. I don't think you can do it on a single champ. Like, you need to double champ. You can't pay the press away. I mean, that depends on how much you're paying. And that has nothing to do with being a dictatorship. A dictatorship will be if it was the government doing it. Bezos is just a multimillionaire that has nothing to do with politics. So that's not a dictatorship. That's just a capitalism. You know? Already paid the press once when his messages leaked toward his ex-wife. I'm pretty sure that millionaires do it all the time. I mean, the reason why you don't know is precisely because that's the whole reason why they pay, so you don't know. No, I mean, you gotta understand that when you have money, you have different rules. And by different, I mean less rules. Money lets you, well, I was gonna say it figuratively, but money literally lets you get away with murder. So yeah, just the way the world works. You have money, you can get away with a lot of shit. As long as someone that doesn't have more money than you doesn't want to see you dead, or well, dead or in problems, in trouble, right? Yeah. If you have money, you can do a lot. Are you calling me a nerd because I corrected you? Really? The problem is that you cannot use a word like dictatorship that freely. You know? That's almost like saying a racial slur. Except that that's banned on site. But the thing is that I would say that it's almost as bad. Because you are diminishing what an actual dictatorship is. It's like you are forgiving dictators by minimizing what they do. If it was another word, I wouldn't care, but dictatorship is a very strong word. You know. I don't think that applies here. What? What doesn't apply? You say that America isn't one? Right, but it doesn't matter because you're implying that a dictatorship is when you pay the press to not say something. That's not what it is. And it's important to make the distinction because you know, actual dictatorship governments are, well, give me a second. Nice. Actual dictatorship governments are still existing, and they are not as simple as paying the press to not say something, you know? Like, they are way more than that. They are people that stay in power until they die. They are people that have no respect for human rights. They are people that, you know, they are scum. No, I'm just saying, look, I'm just saying that a term like that shouldn't be used lightly, that's it. Even if you didn't say that something is a dictatorship, I'm just saying that using a word like that shouldn't be used lightly. Unless you are joking, I guess. Sure, whatever. But yeah, it's important to use the right terms for things. Because otherwise, eventually, like, yeah, here there is no problem, it's whatever. I don't care. We are just a chat of very few people. So if someone uses a term wrong, it's whatever, who cares? The thing is that using terms wrong eventually leads to minimizing stuff. Yeah, don't worry too much about it. Just that I don't like using strong terms like that wrong. It's already something that happens with other things. Well, I guess it also happens with dictatorship. In fact, some years ago, well, it actually was quite some time ago, one very popular television presenter said that our current president back then was a dictator. You cannot say that. Obviously, yeah, you are not a famous TV presenter broadcasting to millions of people, so obviously what you did is not, like, it's not a problem compared to this TV well, girl. It's a lady, a TV lady that is very famous and called our then president a dictator. You can do that because the moment an actual dictator comes, it's like you're gonna be like, well, whatever, we already had one anyways, when you didn't. Like, you start losing weight on things that should have a lot of weight, you know? But again, it's not that important here. I just wanted to clarify why I corrected you. But yeah, it's no big deal. I don't really care that much. They will be murdered. Yeah, You could say that. Well, either get murdered or sent to concentration camps. One of the two. That's what dictatorships do. Well, in my country it's even worse because we actually had a military dictatorship at some point. So that TV host saying that is like, what are you doing? Sadly, that host is still not dead because she's a very old person. It's one of those old persons that refuses to die. When you say something like that, knowing the reach you have, yeah, irresponsible to say the least. But yeah, it's whatever. Which one was the guy who said... No, that's a different guy and something unrelated. But that's Cuneo. It's the name of... Well, the surname of the guy. He was a TV host. He precisely got fired from television for saying that sort of stuff. So now he should have a YouTube channel and broadcast on the internet. Yeah. I mean, despite the fact that the guy is absolutely bad in the head, well, I wouldn't celebrate the death of someone, I think, not publicly like that. But I do agree that fuck the royalty. No matter where the royalty is, fuck them. The only good royalty is a dead royalty. So yeah, any place that still has royalty, they should have to stop. But yeah. The royalty has no place in this day and age. Well, it had no place back then, but people back then were... well, they were still learning stuff. But yeah. Having royalty should be a no-go. That's for sure. That guy that you mentioned, though, is an absolute pile of salt. Like, if you think that I'm salty, I'm nothing compared to that guy. Like, I remember when he was still on television, that he was very passionately insulting the then president. Like in the middle of like the street with other people. It's like wild, very wild. Did they ever catch Kojima? Is that a trap? Kojima balls in your mouth or something like that? Come on, bro, you think I was born yesterday? Are you out of your mind? Come on, dude. I won't buy it. Oh, yeah. No, well, Yami wouldn't do a joke like that. Because even if he knew Spanish, he wouldn't pronounce the she like that. So yeah, wouldn't be the case. He wouldn't make a joke like that. Well, if there's anything that Kojima should be caught for is for making shitty ass games. But yeah, I mean, if that was the case, I'm afraid that Bethesda will already be serving life imprisonment. So yeah, I think that Kojima can still run free. You know? I wouldn't call them shit. Well, look, I'm not particularly talking about Metal Gear. I'm talking about Death Stranding. Because Metal Gear, as we can clearly see now, was definitely not a success just because of Kojima. It very clearly was because Konami was there, and their obviously whole team of developers. The moment you give Kojima that much control, you get shit like Death Stranding. That's the issue. And I'm pretty sure that most of the bad shit about the Metal Gear games is also Kojima's fault. Obviously, that didn't stop them from being very beloved games. But, well, it's the type of thing that it's impossible to know without an alternate machine, an alternate universe machine. What will the Metal Gear series be without Kojima? That's the question. Will it still be a huge success? Will it be worse? Will it be better? We will never know. He reinvented the walking simulator. Yeah. What a visionary, indeed. I mean, look, I'm not gonna talk about the Metal Gear game because first of all, I haven't played them, and second, I don't care enough, you know. But Death Stranding, I feel like it's unexcusable. Like, a game like that, dude, the fact that people praise that game, I don't know. It really drives me nuts. It really drives me nuts. Thankfully, there are still people that call him out on his bullshit. You just did a walking simulator and tried to pass it down as a masterpiece. I'm not the only one that has that opinion, but too many people suck on that game so much. I mean, suck that game's nuts. Not that they suck on playing the game. I mean, it's very hard to suck on a game that is about fucking walking. But hey, yeah. The point is that, yeah, I will not excuse him of making those shitty games. That's for sure. Wait, I don't get what this line is trying to tell me here. Like, you need this line to enter and the other line to get out, or what? Not really sure. I guess. Probably. But yeah. Well, another good example is that guy that was credited with making Mega Man. that I forgot, Inafune, yeah, that guy. And we clearly know that it wasn't because of him that Mega Man was good. If anything, you could say that because of his involvement, series like the Mega Man X series could have been better without him. A good example. But yeah. There is a lot of... And that's something that actually a lot of people, well, I don't know if a lot of people, but some people say, and it's true, a lot of game developments, if not almost all of them, always put the credit on only one person. See, like for example, Metal Gear, Kojima. Super Mario, Miyamoto. Right? Well, the Pokemon games, well, depending on which Pokemon game, but for some Pokemon games, Masuda, right? When in reality, those people obviously had their fair share of relevance on the project, but it's all about the rest of the people. But obviously, that's a lot harder to point out, since people stop working in companies constantly. A lot of people that probably deserve a lot more credit for being able to make a game what it is are never credited. So you think that a game was good because of one person, when in reality he probably had minimum involvement. Or maybe not minimum, but it was only, the game was only allowed to be that good because someone else was also there. And you will never know the name of that someone else. Well, I mean, you can look at the credits, but you will never know which one of them was the one that had the most influence on the game, since they are not credited that much. You know? But yeah. That's why when you hear something like, there is a new game and it's being developed by this guy. Remember this guy that did this other game? Well, no, fuck you. He didn't do that game alone. If you tell me that it was made by the same team that made this other game, which most of the times it's a lie, but assuming that that's correct, that will be a different story. But if you tell me this guy, this one guy is working on this game, I will just say, okay, show me what you can do. We'll never know which person almost caused the game to be delayed forever. Yeah, well, that's the thing, the good with the bad, obviously. You wouldn't know which one in the credits was guilty, like, of being like a negative net on the project. Yeah, that's something that you will never know, indeed. That's the thing about game development. Way too many people are part of it, so it's just hard to either put the blame on someone or put the prices on someone. Personally, when it comes to the Pokemon games, if it is true, because that's also something that you never know, if someone gets credited by something that they actually didn't do. But for example, in Pokemon Red, well, Red, Green, Blue, well, basically the first generation of Pokemon games, the one that gets credited for making most of the music is none other than Masuda. So, if that's true, then to me, Masuda will always be a net positive. Because the music in the Pokemon games, at least the first generation, is an absolute masterpiece. And the fact that he did it with so little resources as well. So to me, you can talk a lot of shit about Masuda like Pokemon fans are doing, because they blame him for a lot of stuff that is wrong with the Pokemon franchise. But to me, simply, if that crediting is true, if he really did compose the music of the first generation, I just won't be able to see him in a bad light. I just cannot. Yeah, taking into considerations the limits of the Game Boy as well. Like, the guy, really, you can say a lot of things about him, but the guy at least is a very talented person, to say the least. I mean, the fact that the versus trainer theme is so iconic in the first Pokemon games. Like, when you make an iconic song, it's just like you are talented. That's the end of that. It's not easy to make an iconic song. And the thing is that I think that most people that see Masuda on a good light, I don't think most of them are aware of that. Assuming that it is true that he composed the music, most people should have hold him in high regard because he's the one that usually gets credited for doing games like Pokemon Crystal and I think Platinum. Well, a lot of Pokemon games, essentially. But I think that... Oh, I don't know if this is the right align. Fuck. Well, even if it is the right align, I probably will need to champ. It's the problem, it's impossible to know if this is the right align or not. Other than by trial and error, but yeah. Fuck. God damn it. I'm very salty now. Well, at least that proves that you can champ once instead of needing to fall off. That's cool, but man, I would have gotten that if I had champed a little bit lower. Damn it. That sucks so much. Hey, it's the same thing that happened multiple times on that previous checkpoint. Like that checkpoint that took me like 40 minutes to beat. So, I guess it's not a first, that's for sure. Hey, that's fine. In any case, what's important about game development is that you understand that games are the result of a dev team. So the fact that the producer is also producing another game, assuming he produced before that a game that you like, doesn't mean that the game he will newly produce be as good as the previous one. But I mean, that's even if he had the whole dev team as well. Will have the same people and still have a worse game. But yeah, the point is that The point, you know, all this topic is just here for me to say fuck Kojima. Fucking hate that dude. I'm just kidding, I don't hate him. I just think he's a little bit of a charlatan, that's it. Just a little bit. Well, a charlatan and a stoner. If he was only a stoner, wouldn't be a problem. But he's a stoner and a charlatan. Someone pretends that he's not a stoner. As if you spoke Japanese to understand his talks. I mean, I don't need to understand what he says. I need to know what he does, and I know what he does. And I'm pretty sure the guy is not very humble. Obviously, you will have to trust the translations, but... I mean... Todd? Yeah, well, sure, but... I mean... But see, that's the thing. It's different for this reason. Todd is someone that most people know that he's a joke, and rightfully so, right? Todd is an absolute joke, and everyone likes to see him just because of how much of a liar he is. They want to laugh at the ridiculous things he says. Like, at this point in time, I'm pretty sure nobody takes Todd Howard seriously. That's not the case with Kojima, though. That's the problem. Kojima is still being taken seriously. That's the problem. Yeah, I could talk shit about Todd all you want, but I'm pretty sure people already do that a lot. With Kojima, I feel he's not shit-talk enough. I need more shit-talking on him. There are people that still shit-talk him, but it needs to be more universal. Why be humble when you have status? Well, I mean... I don't really care if he's humble or not. But at least if he acknowledges that his stories are crazy shit. Oh. Oh, we have an elevator. The good old I wanna be the guy thing. Well, I gotta say that I'm not a fan of elevators, unfortunately. Like, of the original I Wanna Be the Guy, the elevator is probably the section that gives me the most PTSD of the whole game. Wait. Oh, you want me to go down there? That's fucked up. That's the reason why it was going up so slowly. You were supposed to get to that switch on the bottom, and that's fucked up. This is gonna be a problem because you know that these are probably gonna be hard checkpoints, but with the difference is that now you need to hurry to do them. In the previous checkpoints I could take all the time I wanted, but here I cannot take all the time I want. And I'm very bad at doing things in a hurry, much more if they are things that I'm already bad at doing them without a hurry. So yeah, this is gonna be problematic to say the least. Well, on the bright side, I will assume that a section like this implies that the game is about to be over. I mean, elevator sections in fan games, and obviously since it's based on the original I Wanna Be the Guy, are always at the end. Obviously there can be exceptions, but if you see a section like this, it's most likely the end of the game. I mean, there's usually a boss after this, but... Oh, and you're not even gonna give me a checkpoint, huh? Well, that's very mean of you. Wait. So you're telling me I need to do all this garbage without a single checkpoint in between? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You know what, the reason why I Wanna Be the Guy did that is because it wasn't a needle game. It was a game with traps and all that shit, but the platforming was reasonable to do something like that. A needle game though, doing this sort of shit, I don't know, bro. Obviously these champs are less hard than the shit that has been going on in the rest of the stage, sure, but come on, dude, this is so evil. Fuck. This, I mean, depending on how long this section is, like how much I need to go up without a checkpoint, this could take so long. Why are you like this? For what reason are you like this? Ah, man. It's alright. It happens. What can you do? Don't worry about it. Anyways. What should I talk about? You know, I feel like this type of games are better when I don't pay attention to the game. Or not that much, at least. What will I talk about? Oh, you're out of your mind. You want me to do all this shit? Oh, this is... Man, this is so painful. Look at this shit, and you're supposed to do all of this garbage without a checkpoint. I don't know what to think about that. This checkpoint is a bad idea. Let me just tell you that. This checkpoint is a horrible idea. No matter how you look at it. How many days until the story is unlocked in Genshin? I think 5 days. Because tomorrow is the second chapter. In 3 days is the third one. Yeah, in 5 days is the last one. So yeah, 5 more days. Which will be in Sunday, I guess. I think it will be Sunday. So yeah. You still have time to do Xiang Yun's story. You can keep sleeping. No, you should be doing Xiang Yun's story instead. I saw the path part. I don't know what path part you're talking about, actually. Can you be more specific? What path part? Are you sure? Are you sure you watch official content and not something else? The path part? Health-pad. No, I understood that, but I don't remember any health-pad. A health-pad, I don't remember that. Are you sure you spoiled yourself properly? I have a feeling you didn't. That was on its video. Why? See, like, why do you have to be like that? Why do you need to make a health pad into something like that? God damn it, dude. For what reason? You started it by saying non-official content. Where else does the mind go after hearing that? I don't know, it could go many places. Just saying. You cannot blame me for that. God damn it, dude. Regardless, you should do the quest. I'll link it on Discord. Alright. But you know, stop spoiling yourself and do the quest, damn it! You're triggering me. I mean, do whatever you want, but it will be a shame not to do it. You need to, yeah. You got a huge backlog. Yeah, but this one is priority because it's linked to the current event and it's not that long. I mean, it's like an hour and a half long. It's not that long, and it's the one that is relevant for the current event. So that's why it shouldn't be a part of the backlog. Something like a news story quest should be part of the backlog. Oh, okay, so that's symmetrical. You only need to go for one of them, but that's still fucked up though. They barely give you time to go back. Furina bad quest? Surely. Ganyu's quest is never getting done. Yeah, whatever, but the point is that you need to do the one I'm telling you to do. God damn it. Like, it's only one quest, it's not like you have to do a whole Archon quest. It's one quest that is a standalone thingy. Like, come on, bro. Unless you have other requirements to do it that you don't yet have, there is no reason not to do it. Okay, that's almost impossible to do. What the hell? Why are you so picky with the fucking timing there? When you aren't that picky on the other champs. Why is that champ so picky? Well, that champ, I mean that whole section. God damn it, dude. See, if this shit wasn't hard enough without checkpoints. Yeah, check, no problem. So can I trigger this close or no? It actually doesn't let you for some reason. I have a feeling that the trigger should be in a regular platform, in the sense that Whatever. I don't even know what I was out to say. Point is that fuck this checkpoint. If I can play this quest now, I'll play it today, team. Something tells me that you already know that you cannot do it, and you're just saying that to make me think that you are willing to play. You're trying to deceive me. You're trying to make me think that you will want to play it no matter what. Yeah, I can see right through you. I am like Satori. Looks like I can, yeah. As if you didn't know already. God damn it. Stoner. It's alright. It's whatever. Do as you wish. Interlude chapter act 1 first. Interlude chapter act 1 first. Interlude chapter. I don't know what, but there are multiple interludes. Which interlude in particular? Yeah, but that's the thing. Interlude chapter, there are hundreds. Well, no, not hundreds, but there are like 4 interlude chapters, because that's what an interlude is. It's what happens between one act and another, and that's for every single region, you know. A crane returns on the wind. Reveal the shade chamber. Whatever. I guess don't do it then. That's fine too. That works, but... Well, on the bright side, it seems that the screen ends there. That's the only bright side. But yeah, this screen is still something. I mean, I guess you could say that it could have been harder, yes, but it's still an extreme pain in the ass, to say the least. A lot of story quests are locked behind that. I mean, I don't know. I just do the quests as they release, so I never really had that problem with with quest requirements. Well, except for that one desert event. But yeah, whatever. I don't know. Do what you want. I'm not gonna force you to play a story. So yeah, do as you wish. At least make sure though. At least make sure that you unlock every character story quest with the purple keys. You don't need to claim the quest itself, you just need to unlock it. So that way you are not wasting those daily keys for nothing. So use it whenever you can. I mean, I will assume that for as long as you've been playing at this point, you should have everything unlocked. Like every story quest and every hangout. You try to? Well, yeah. Unlock all of them, because unlocking them doesn't mean getting them in the quest list. It just means that you can now select them on the quest list. I have everything claimed that it allows me to claim. Sadly cannot buy log stories. Oh, so if a story is logged behind another quest that you haven't done, you cannot even unlock it. Huh. That's interesting. Wasn't expecting that to be the case. Well, that's fucked up. Okay, I guess then you have another motivation to actually do them. Oh yeah. I forgot we have the Genshin channel now. I mean, you can just use whatever. I mean, after all, the Genshin thread wasn't even made by me, so you can post it wherever you want. But yeah, let me just tell you that I don't like elevators in fun games. I mean, another thing that I don't like is the fact that the camera moves every time you jump. Because at least on horizontal scrolling screens, it only moves from left to right, but here it moves exactly with your jump, which can make it harder to calculate exactly where you are. That's a big pain in the ass. Tim, and to make things worse, the very last jump is a fucking gate. I mean, the fact that I failed that is very dumb. That wasn't a hard jump to do. But even if I make that right, the last jump being a gate is such a piece of shit. Like, they're just to make fun of you. Because not to mention that it's not just a gate jump, but it's also a jump that is lower than the previous one. So the thing is that you need to do everything else quite fast on top of getting the gate jump. Yeah, pretty nice of you, I gotta say. Yannick is the owner for this single thread. I mean, I can do... Being the server owner, I have all the rights over the thread, but yeah, it's alright. I guess you can call me Focalors. that's bad. Nice. Oh, but it's still going well. I hope that that was at least a checkpoint. Or maybe it's not necessary. Okay. Well, that was something. Is your rating of this game going down? I don't rate games, mister. So it ends with an avoidance. And this is not something that you can change. You cannot choose the needle over this. This is an avoidance whether you like it or not. I mean, I would have picked avoidance regardless, but I don't like the fact that those platforms are solid. You cannot access them from the bottom. That can be very annoying. I really hope that this shit is not copyrighted. That would be nice. But you know, you're talking about my rating of this game. It's just that it's a game that is not made for me. Like a needle-centric game like this one with hard needle. Well, hard needle. It could be a lot harder, but the point is that it's harder than what I'm used to, so I cannot really get mad or something like that. Okay, so the time bar is right below the face. Like those eyes up there, below that you see the duration bar. Doesn't seem that long at least, so that's cool. I mean, it seems like it might have the same length as the previous avoidances that were already in the game, so I think in that regard it's not that big of a deal. I could do without that screen shake though. There is a very slight screen shake that happens sometimes. Yeah, I'm not a very big fan of that. That screen shake there. Because it happens again later. And it happens with a... yeah, there. When there is about to be a lot of bullet density. It's okay. We got this. Yeah, that pattern seems like a pain in the ass. Too much bullet density and the bullets are quite fast. And the screen shake that happens before it gets summoned makes it a little bit hard to even react to it. It's fine. Wait, I'm doing this wrong. You should start from the right, like as soon as possible, and then move left. If you do it too late, those light blue thingies are gonna kill you. Oh, I see why those bullets are so shitty, because they are curvy bullets. Guess I shouldn't have expected anything less than that. Yeah, they are curvy bullets, that's the issue. I mean, aside from the bullet density and the initial speed. Yeah, curvy bullets that are that fast, dude. You're a little bit of an asshole, I gotta say. A little bit. I mean, you also had curvy bullets in the previous avoidance, but it seems like it's gonna be extremely RNG based. Oh, and then we have this one. That was so bullshit. Was impossible to predict where the trajectory of those bullets were gonna go. Also, thanks for the raid, Big Malone. How is it going? Well, if you want me to not die, you already have a problem, because yeah, this is an I wanna be the guy fun game. But yeah, that's fine. This is, well, I'm not sure, but this could be the final avoidance of the game. So we might be close to the end of the game, but yeah, it's not gonna be very simple. But hey, at least could be worse. How did you do on the stream? Personally have been poker faced the whole stream. There was a lot of focus needed, but also very high difficulty as well. So yeah. It's just the way it goes. But hey, at least, well, I cannot really say that this is the highest rated I wanna be the guy game that I beat in terms of difficulty, because there was another one. The Ocean Princess is actually, well, according to Delicious Fruit, is harder than this game. And if this is the last avoidance, I will agree with that. But yeah. It's still, well, it will be the second hardest game that I beaten. I'm not sure how much Boshi is considered these days, because Boshi is also very highly rated in difficulty. Yeah. Let's just say that according to Delicious Fruit, this is one of the hardest I wanna be the guy fun games that I played. Which doesn't really matter that much at the end of the day. But hey. Boshi... I mean, one thing that Boshi has is extremely fucked up bosses. The stages in Boshi are pretty much a break from the bosses. The real difficulty of Boshi is the bosses. And the bosses are very hard, especially if you play on hard difficulty. The bosses are very, very hard. But yeah. Boshi is legendary. Just the way it is. And still my favorite fun game. Still hasn't been top. No matter what. It has been it has gotten close to being top. What was the one fan game where you fought Luigi? I don't know. I know which one you mean, but I don't remember which one that was. Like, I don't think it was I Wanna Be the Phantom. I think it was another one. But yeah, I mean, those are some of those games that I care so little about that I just don't remember. Because they are... I mean, they are not bad, mind you. They are just whatever. So I got killed by this. No, not this. The next one. This thing. Okay, that doesn't seem easy to dodge, because if you want to dodge on ground level, you need to do a very small jump. So I think your aim there should be jumping over the second bullet from ground level. If you do that, you can jump a lot higher. Problem is when you land, I don't know if you have enough time to dodge the second wave that comes to you. That will be a problem. We will see what happens, I don't know. A lot of things are possible. But yeah. No, I mean, there are a lot of games, a lot of fun games that I remember early, and there are some others that you could tell me, hey, remember when you play this fun game? And the answer will be no. In fact, I surprise myself sometimes when I look my YouTube playlist of I Wanna Be the Guy fun games, and I see some fun games that are like, when did I play this? The games that I remember fondly, obviously, aside from Boshi, clearly, are Domu, I Wanna Find My Destiny, I Wanna Take the Time Machine 1. Which other one will I mention? Well, I guess some of the I Wanna Be the Best guys also have a special place there. Well, Ocean Princess, for better or for worse, it's also there. Which other one could I mention? I guess I Wanna Be the Heaven Trap is also a fun game that I remember quite well. So it was the one that was the most similar to the original I Wanna Be the Guy that I played, at least. And those are the ones that I remember for sure. Then there are some other games that I remember only by name, but not really by what they have. But yeah, those are the ones that I remember as good. Like games that I would recommend. Like no matter what. But yeah. Cox. Well, there is also... Well, see, that's the problem. I can't remember if I Wanna Be the Phantom was that fun game that had the Len and Ring avoidance at the end. That I played at the same time that my old PSU died. That's the thing, I can't remember if that one was Phantom or if it was another one. And that's precisely what I mean, like those are the type of games that I don't remember that much because I don't give that much of a shit about. And the only reason why I remember that one is because of my PSU, not for any other reason. Well, I guess that and the Len and Rin avoidance at the end taking me a long ass time to beat. That could also be a factor. You can do that. Huh. Oh, got his ass. That was a cool avoidance. Oh, that was a game. That was the game. Well, alright. Pretty cool game. A little bit too hard for me on the needle. But regardless, very good all around. I don't think I'm interested at all on doing those needle sections that I didn't do. But you can access from here, I guess. Hard mode? Why would I play hard mode? As if the fucking game wasn't hard already. What the fuck? Are you out of your mind? Currently under... Oh, okay, so hard mode still doesn't exist, I guess. It's a coming soon type of thing. And the question is, where do the saves go? Because... Okay, so yeah, you can basically go to the needle sections essentially. I think this is the beginning of the game. So it will be... Is it? Yeah, it is the beginning of the game. So yeah, if you wanted to do the additional needle sections, you could do it here. Well, I guess I could check at least one, just to see what the difficulty is. Wait, what button did it say that I could get back here at any time? I didn't remember. Was it L? No, it wasn't L. Was it E? B? Which one was it, damn it? I'm gonna play every... Well, okay, play. Press every button in the keyboard until I eventually hit it. Which one was it? Oh, game pause. You have a... Interesting. You have a pause button. That's something. I can't believe I still... With L, you summon that message, but I don't need that. Well, unless it's a number instead. No, it's not a number. But wait, what was the key? Isn't it gonna say it again? Okay, F5. But I could have pressed every key in the keyboard and I wouldn't have found it. Okay, so F5 if I want to go back to there. Alright. Press E in this room to skip this area. Yeah, okay. So let's see how hard the optional needle areas are. Because I didn't even try to do them. Because I already assumed that I was gonna get fucked. But I just want to see. I mean, it does seem like I will indeed get fucked. But we will see. Though at least it gives you, like, well, like I said back then, it gives you a lot of checkpoints, so it could be worse. What I will tell you though is that I won't I will not try hard this. Like, I'm gonna try and see more or less how it is, but I'm not interested in getting all of the optional stuff. But hey, we can at least keep going until the stream needs to end. Those jumps were relatively easy. But yeah, I will assume that since the avoidances are not that hard, that this is also not gonna be that hard either. Maybe. Hopefully. But it is also a good way to measure if picking the avoidances over the needle was even a good idea. And I don't know, it could be. Wow, I can't believe I didn't jump there. Though, in this first stage, it's something that I guess that there is not much to compare, because the first avoidance was extremely easy. Alright. Oh, that's an interesting jump. I have no clue how to do it though. Something like this. So when do you double jump? Do you even double jump? I don't know. But if you double jump, it's like you have no height to actually do it. So it feels like it's the kind of thing you will do in one jump. But even if you can somehow get past that pseudo gate shit, there is also the spike below. Even if this gate jump, that is, I mean, it is a gate jump, just that it has a couple mini spikes to the side. But yeah, in essence, it is a gate jump. And it feels like this jump alone will make this whole screen not worth it to try hard. Like, this jump alone is an issue. I don't think you're supposed to double jump beforehand. I don't see why that will make... Or maybe it does make sense. Yeah, never mind, okay. I was doing it wrong. Because if it was the other way, it would be beyond hard. But I'm pretty sure it might be actually impossible to do it the other way anyway, so... It's whatever. Pretty sure you're supposed to bonk here, right? Yeah. Pretty much. Okay. That's how you do it. Nice job, thanks. Okay. Yeah, I guess it was relatively fast to get it. You can see that you get the little... Wait, why do I have a star here? Oh, because it's a star in both. Because I guess it counts this first zone as 2. Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, and now this one. No, not here. This one down here, actually. Alright. And I actually didn't even see this needle section, like, I completely skip it no matter what. Oh, and this looks lovely, indeed. Very lovely. Yeah, see? Okay, this is... Well, I mean, the good thing is that differently from regular screens, there are way more checkpoints, but holy fuck. First thing I think to myself when I see this is run. Run away. Yeah, I wouldn't be so sure about this one. But it's okay. As I say, I will keep going at least until the usual time that I stop streaming, since I have nothing else to do, well, not today at least. Okay. Well, I look at the other checkpoints here and they all look harder than the previous one. But look, I mean, if I'm obviously not gonna force myself to get this one if I cannot. This is that typical needle screen that is basically absolutely full of shit, full of spikes. I also feel like these spikes are not very easy to properly see as spikes. They have like 3 completely different textures. It's kinda hard to measure them as actual spikes, even though they are actual spikes. But yeah, it's a little bit painful to do. I don't know if I will be able to get past the first checkpoint at this rate. That double jump for some reason is so hard. Well, to be fair, it's completely surrounded by all sorts of weird spikes. You have some spikes that are you have mini spikes, you have big spikes, all scrambled. Okay, well that worked. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole screen here. A lot of very different type of spikes all together in like the same jump. Can be pretty dangerous. That other one, though. I would assume that it's a small jump. That like the first jump has to be very small. I can do that. Yeah. This doesn't look very cool though. Oh, I did it on the first try. You know that when it comes to this type of hard needle, I think the biggest turn off for me is those type of jumps that to me feel completely random. Because it's kind of like playing Champ King, you know? Like in Champ King, when you are close to beating a Champ King map, you basically can either be 5 minutes away from beating it or 10 hours. That's how brutal it is. And I feel like this type of needle games that have jumps that I still cannot properly do, not consistently at least, have the same issue. Well, obviously not as exaggerated as 10 hours. The thing is that, for example, a jump like that one, I got it on the first try, so I did that checkpoint very quickly. But if I had failed that jump, that checkpoint could have taken me like 10 more minutes. It's not an exaggeration. There are a lot of these jumps that I have absolutely no clue how to do. And yeah, I hadn't gotten it on the first try, I would have been stuck here for a lot longer. The thing is that these needle games are full of champs like that, to me. That's very discouraging. But yeah, I mean, thankfully this is, as I say, like I'm not gonna force myself to beat this if I cannot, but the point is that those type of champs were also in the main game, especially that one checkpoint that took me like 40 minutes to beat. That one checkpoint had so many champs that can theoretically take so long to do if you fail them once. That being said, I kinda wanna play Champ King. Like, I've been avoiding it for too long. The specific last DLC map, Ghost of the Babe. I have been avoiding that map for so long. I have a feeling that it's about time I stop avoiding. I stop ducking the map. The map has to be played. Yeah, I don't know. That will also be a huge time investment, that's for sure. An absolute huge time investment. I mean, probably not as huge as a Pokemon game, but to beat a Champ King map you can take a very long time. At least it's not a fan-made map. Those maps are extremely fucked up. But it's still quite hard regardless. Not sure how to do that champ on the wall, to be fair. So you can do it in many ways, but you can tell which one is the right one. There are probably multiple right ways of doing it. Also, this screen doesn't have any aligned specific champ according to the game, so yeah, I think that's something that started showing up on the third stage. Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to do that in, like, you're supposed to go to the right in one champ and then double champ before the mini spikes on the bottom right. I think that's what you're supposed to do. But that first champ looks very hard to do. The second champ not so much, even though it's still challenging. And not to mention that it's not even the final champ in the checkpoint as well. That would have worked if I went more to the left, that is. Yeah. I'm sure it feels good to get the champs, but the pain of endless retrying is too much. You mean on this game or on Champ King? Actually, it doesn't matter which one you mean, because the pain... Well, the pain is different. It's the same in the sense that the intensity of the pain, but... yes. Well, with Champ King, the pain is not... Well, I mean, redoing something over and over again in that game is painful. But the real pain is when you miss a champ. and you need to go all the way back. That pain is way more painful than any possible champ in this game. But yeah. Also, how is it going column? Yeah, no, this is basically needle. That's the thing about needle. You have to be a specific type of person to like needle. I personally don't. But hey, I mean, I like needle when it's clearly something that I can beat effortlessly. or at least almost effortlessly. But yeah, that point is not that I like needle, it's just that I like platforming. I will never recommend you, Blue, to play needle fun games, that's for sure. Then again, I wouldn't recommend you to play I Wanna Be The Guy fun games at all. Doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't know how to do that champ. Seems very fucked up. I mean, a very small champ can definitely get past those two mini spikes on the bottom, but it's annoying. I mean, the annoying part is not getting past the mini spikes. The annoying part is somehow being able to avoid the top spike. It's pretty much a mini spike gate champ. As if regular gate champs weren't already a problem. A lot of blood. It's the same amount of blood that the whole game had. It's the regular amount. Well, you could say that it's not very regular in itself, but yeah. It's regular for this game at least. I would say in most I Wanna Be The Guy fun games, it's like that. Just that this one is... This blood is somehow even more thick. Because in regular fun games, blood tends to be like only 1 pixel each particle. But here it's not like that. It looks like it's even more abundant. When it probably is around the same. I have a feeling that this checkpoint is the one that is gonna make me stop here. But hey, what's important is that I beat the game. This extra shit doesn't matter. This checkpoint, because of that one mini spy gate champ, seems like it's a filter. Like, I have no idea how to do it. To the point that I feel like it might be easier to try to double jump instead of trying to get it from a jump off the ground. It might be better to just do a vertical first jump and then do a very small double jump. I mean, it feels like that will be the same, but I don't think it is the same. I mean, I don't know exactly how I Wanna Be The Guy physics work, but I think that in that situation, doing a double jump will be not very different. this. Perhaps. I cannot even do a champ that is small enough for this. My smallest champ. Okay, you can do a very small champ, but it's extremely hard to do so. No, I think doing a double champ is actually worse. But yeah, you have to do an impossibly low champ. Well, as I say before, that's the natural filter for me, requiring small taps like that. In fact, I wouldn't mind playing very hard needle games as long as I'm allowed to map a button that does like the shortest jump possible, regardless of how much you press it. I mean, obviously that will be considered cheating, but obviously I don't give a shit. I mean, it's not like I will pretend that I'm not using it. I will say it if I was using it. But yeah, doing these short jumps manually is shit. It's a shit mechanic. You should never be required to jump that low. It's almost inhuman to do that. Yeah, whatever, I don't really care. Look, what's important is that I beat the game. I want to see if there are other warps that might be additional. I don't think there are though. That this is like basically the levels we've beaten. And then it says surprised face when you reach the end. Pretty funny. Well, whatever. That's gonna be it for me for today, and that was I Wanna Stop the Meltdown. So thanks everyone a lot for watching. I'll be seeing you well, on with some other things. So have a good one and take care.